This kind of, we set ourselves really high standards, and we don't, as women generally, and I know I'm generalising, we don't allow ourselves an outlet. So it's, you will often see, and I, you know, my kids, my boys will sit in front of a screen watching football, and they'll be yelling at the screen, and they're letting things off. They might be playing rugby, and they're letting off a little bit of frustration, whereas we do tend to bottle it, and it's got to come out somewhere. And I see people in surgery all the time who've either got stress-related physical problems, so skin problems, eczema, psoriasis, and maybe they've got flare of irritable bowel, something like that. Or it is so common that I see people and they say, please help me, I'm going to be divorced, friendless and jobless, I'm just losing it. And Rachel's story is not unusual.
We're just putting just a lot of pressure on ourselves.
I think so.
I was just interested though when you said about the whole bowl incident there, Rachel. You almost spoke about it like you were having an out-of-body experience. Does it feel? How do you feel just before that kind of rage takes over and then straight afterwards? What is that?
Well, I don't think there is a just before. I think that's the thing that I've kind of learned, that to try and see if I can see the just before coming.
Yeah.
But I think for most women, for myself, the problem was that you didn't see the just before. So, for example, on a train journey, I was not in a silent carriage. I don't normally like speaking on mobile phones because I just think it's rude. And, you know, you get people telling you their whole life because they suddenly think they're on a mobile phone that no one else can hear them. But I had an important work call to do, and there was a guy sitting opposite me that was tapping away on his computer. And he turned around and he said to me, excuse me, can you just keep your voice down, please? Now, you know, you would just think that I would just kind of say either yes or no or whatever, but that was it. I just thought, you sexist so-and-so. You know, your job's more important than mine is because you want to sit and tap on your computer. And that's exactly what I said. I just said to him, so, your job's more important. Just completely off it went. And then I kind of, by the time I finished yelling at this man, he just kind of sat back down in his seat. And then I looked and the whole carriage was just kind of staring at me like...
So as Christine said, how do you feel afterwards?
Ashamed, you know, because it's not me. I just think that's not, you know, that's not the person I am.
And what do you do then in that case? If you feel that you are heading in this direction and that there is a new temper that you want to control, how do you control it?
Well, you talk about it, first of all, and I think accepting that it's an issue in your own mind is the first step. You talk to the people who are nearest and dearest to you, so, you know, your husband has a way of managing things, but actually, between you, you both need to know that this is an issue. If you do get the warning, you just walk away from the situation and tell people that's what you're going to do. I'm not being rude because I'm walking away. I just have an issue. Keeping a diary, so because sometimes it may not be obvious what things are triggering you, but you might find that you always erupt on a Thursday. And why? Oh, because on Thursdays you're working like a Trojan. You've got after-school clubs, you've got this, you've got that, and actually it's just last straw syndrome.
It seems that 9 times out of 10, the good things that I do are not portrayed, or I'm still criticised heavily for them.
You've said that you're doing this